Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In today's video I'd like to look at how the USE minis unfolded yesterday, which was the 29th of April. You can see this is the 3-minute chart of the ES. If I first look at how this unfolded for standard traders, you can see that the STF was blue. This means the large degree trend was up, therefore you'll be taking buy setups. On the ES we had a TS3 buy setup here. If I right mouse click, place the analysis on, you can see that this gave us our position sizing to keep our risk small under control. We were taken into a long trade, the market went up to the first target. We then come down to the STF to see whether it's less than our strength band, which is our grey band here, and it was. Therefore we come out at the profit target for a nice 3.8R. As a PS, just notice how that profit target was actually the high of the day. So what a great place to bank profits at pretty much the high of the day. So a very nice trade there on the ES. Let's look at the YM. And I'll scroll out a bit. A couple of trades here. There was one on a TS2 buy setup here. Again, STF blue all day. If I place the analysis on, you can see that again our position sizing calculates the number of lots, contracts or shares. Market went up into our first target there. STF was weak again, therefore a nice plus 2.2R profit. So some good days there. If we look at the NQ, similar kind of thing. There's our TS3 buy setup, and look on the Russell Index, we had a TS2 buy setup here earlier in the day as well. So from the standard traders, because the STF, as I've already shown, was blue, you would have been taking long setups, so it would have been a pretty nice day for standard traders. It's interesting that we've had a few harder days towards the end of last week, and in my training webinar yesterday I talked about the cyclical nature of trading and said that because we'd had a few harder days, that now the time had come when the cycle had gone full circle and we'd likely to get some good trades. And as you can see, this is exactly what unfolded yesterday. But what I also thought was nice is how this fitted in with the large degree trend. In my webinar yesterday I was particularly looking at the ES, and I had a DP on from the prior pivot, which was here. So I placed this DP on the chart, and as you can see this actually held the ES as it went up, rallied and made a nice high. The time of our webinar was around about the 10:30, 11 o'clock, so the market was around this area here. If I actually take it back to that particular time zone around about 11 o'clock, you can see this is what the chart looked like at the time, and I said that we hadn't actually reached this 15-minute decision point resistance area. Therefore on the ES the trend was likely to be up into that area. And as you can see, that's indeed exactly what happened. So when you were trading the 3-minute chart, the 3-minute long I think was around about here, which was 11:30. Let me just check that. There's the about 11:30. So the 3-minute long was around about here. So it would have taken you up into the 15-minute resistance area as well. So in this case, the larger degree trend or the larger degree DP areas fell basically in the same analysis as our standard trade setups as well. So it's very nice when that happened. Remember that our decision points are on the charts in advance. Before the market gets there, they are in a leading indicator. The one that I like to look at, because it was a slightly different, was on the YM, because here's our last high, pivot high. If I place the decision point on, you can see that the decision point was down here. So the question being is, what happens when you have a decision point like this, but you're looking to take a long trade a bit later in the day? Well, here the decision was that the market was going to go through that. And it's interesting to notice that what happens when a market makes a decision to go through a decision point level, like it did here, it normally pauses a bit at this level. You can see here we had a few bars of the market going sideways before the market went through. This actually gives an opportunity for a trend continuation trade, which is probably the subject of another video sometime in the future. But the point being is that the market paused here for a bit, then continued higher. So if I come down to the 3-minute chart, let's have a look at how this TS2 buy setup sat in conjunction with the 15-minute resistance area here. You can see that obviously we were well beyond that, so therefore because we were beyond the resistance area, the large degree trend on the YM was still up, so therefore this, for the advanced trader, was a good trade to take. It was up until around about this area here. The reason I say this is because we know the ES is the boss, and we know that basically at this particular time zone around here, the ES was actually making a good high. So because it was making a high here, we could then also have said that on the YM, that also in around this level, the area was the YM was coming into resistance as well. So overall, a good day for MTPredictor yesterday, particularly on the standard trade setups where we had some lovely trades coming in here, and particularly how the market came up on the 15-minute chart on the ES, came into our DP resistance area, which again was on our chart in there in advance, that actually nailed the high of the day as well.